What is good? What is good? Back with another video. I've made so many videos today, man. I didn't make enough videos on this Seattle versus San Francisco game, but it was a blowout. It was a blowout, man. I mean, let's just dive into it. What was the final score? 41-6. Golly. No, man. I honestly went into this game. I thought that the San Francisco 49ers were going to give Seattle a run for their money. I thought Seattle was going to win this game because I was like, they're way good on defense and they'll just run all over San Francisco's defense. And they did. But I just thought that the San Francisco 49ers, I was like, they're kind of coming off an emotional high against the Eagles. This will be a road game. It will be tough, but I was like, they'll give them a run for their money. Their offense might be able to get something going. But that wasn't the case. That was not the case, man. And I mean, you do what the Seattle Seahawks did to that defense. You rushed for 175 rushing yards. I mean, a couple of those came, later on in the game. But, dude, Sam Darnold only threw 17 times. Like 12 out of 17 for 124. One touchdown. That's it. Everybody's talking about this oblique injury. And I'm like, dude, it didn't even matter in this game. You pop off the game. You have the Rashid Shaheed kick return. And then everything just really starts to unravel for the San Francisco 49ers after that. After that moment, you're not subscribed? Come on, man. Why are you not subscribed? Be sure to drop a like on this video as well while you're at it. And be sure to follow me on Instagram. Drop any topic of discussion, any question in there. We can make a video on it. Even if you have a player, we can do some film review on them as well. All right, now let's get back to the video. Momentum was on Seattle's side the whole rest of the game. And it honestly never left, in my opinion. That's just me. Like, I don't know what you guys think, but I'm watching that and I'm like, dude, Seattle had the momentum the whole time. And the one crazy thing with that team and that stadium is, I haven't felt this since they had Russell Wilson and LOB and all those guys. When you get that stadium rocking like that, it is incredibly hard and so hard. It's just not a fun place to play at. It's not. And like you heard Tom Brady talk about in the broadcast, but you'd also see it. You see it live. Brock Purdy and their offense were huddled up so close because the 12s, the 12s. If you don't know what the 12s are, those are Seattle's fans. That's what they call them, the 12s. And the 12s were giving Brock Purdy in that offense problems. That stadium was rocking. It was absolutely rocking. They're in the huddle. They're super close, huddled up as if they're in like Antarctica, trying to keep warm, huddled up next to each other. That's how close they had to get for the play call. And dude, when you just get that type of atmosphere, you have a defense like Seattle has, right? And those fans, I'm sure they give that defense juice when they're playing out there. You just get all that momentum rocking, man, and it just never went in San Francisco's favor. It just didn't. Couple field goals early on, but it was like, dude, Brock Purdy and this offense could not do anything. They couldn't do anything. Like Mike McDonald, ever since he's took over the Seattle defense, I don't know if you guys remember, but they struggled the first half, that first year with Mike. Then the second half, they really started to turn up. I remember that. They started to turn up on the second half of the season. And everybody's like, oh, okay, he's kind of starting to mesh with the players. They're kind of starting to get something going. And I mean, now look at him. Now look at Mike, dude. Like I'm like, he is one of the greatest defensive minds in the league right now. He is. He has flipped the script in the NFC West. He literally has. With this team, this defense. I mean, hell, they brought Sam Darnold over from Minnesota. Some people are criticizing that. Well, did you see him in the playoffs? Did you see him in the playoffs for the Minnesota Vikings? They bring him over with Clint Kubiak. And Clint Kubiak and Sam Darnold, I mean, dude, they just didn't have to do that much in the passing game. 12 out of 17, 124, like I said. They just didn't have to do a lot. San Francisco was giving them everything they needed. But all in all, like some of the play calls and just some of the plays with Sam Darnold, it was pretty easy. Like, I don't really feel like San Francisco's defense was giving them a run for their money on passing downs. It's just, that's all they really had to do tonight. I mean, hell, even in the one play where he scrambled, like, he's like rolling out to his left or like working up in the pocket. I'm trying to remember, but he hits Jackson Smith and Jigba on the left. And I'm like, shit, man, this game is, San Francisco is going to recover from that. And especially if, like, I'm pretty sure Shanahan has some like insane record. Like once he's in the second half trailing, Like, he just doesn't win games. Like, I think he has like 1 or 2 wins or 3 or something, but it's out of like 30 something. Like, he just does not win in the second half. At that point in the game, I was like, dude, they're not going to win this game. They're not going to win this game. And I mean, let's be real, right? Like, San Francisco, they've been on a Cinderella run. They really have. This team has been extremely injured. It's something about that we've talked about on my channel a lot. Everybody else obviously talks about it. And now we have this conspiracy, you know, going along with this like plant next to the field, and is it injuring players? I don't know. I'm not really trying to get into all that, because I just think that they're injury riddled. Like, they've been like that with Shanahan. But I don't know. However you want to feel about that, this team was extremely injured, and how far they've gotten. They had a chance at the number 1 seed. Didn't end up happening. Seattle took it from them. They play the Philadelphia Eagles. They beat them in a nail biter, right? Then they go up against Seattle, and Seattle just took the soul out of San Francisco. Not just the players. Like, even Shanahan was upset on the sidelines. I saw him visibly upset. You want to know something that's also talking about Shanahan? Who's the corner? Who's the corner? Green. The corner Green. I'm trying to think of his first name. But wasn't it really weird when Renardo Green. Yes, Renardo Green. Wasn't it really weird in that one play when Jackson Smith and Jigba caught that touchdown pass? Dude, if Green is in on that play, Green is a pretty damn good corner. I mean, he's gotten a little bit messed up this year in coverage. Some teams have taken advantage of him, but he's still a young corner with a lot of potential. That was really weird, right? Like, you're seeing Shanahan on the sidelines. Shanahan's yelling. Well, he's not yelling. It looks like he's visibly upset with Green, and Green's kind of just like ignoring him, like walking side by side. I'm like, what happened there, dude? Like, did he like check out? Like, what happened there? I don't know. I thought it was weird, but this just nothing went in San Francisco's favor tonight. I mean, just the fact that every play you would watch from them, and I mean, Brock Purdy did have a couple downfield throws-ish, right? But like, Seattle's defense is the type of defense that just makes you work for every single yard. And Brock Purdy and them, the thing about the Shanahan system, and you hear other people say this, they're the type of offense that's not a drop back type of passing offense. They work off of the run with the play action. That's something that they could not get going tonight. Like, Brock Purdy had to scramble on some plays because a lot of pressure was there. But CMC could not get it going on the ground tonight. And Seattle's defenders in coverage, even in zone and man, like, they were giving San Francisco fits. They really were, dude. They're making it so hard. And I think there's something to that. Like, I don't know. I think San Francisco's offense is like really good. Obviously, they're one of the best. I know their schedule wasn't anything crazy this year. Some people would say cupcake. It wasn't cupcake. It was still hard with some teams. This team up against teams with tougher defenses, their offense doesn't operate at that high level I'm used to seeing against teams with defenses that don't have, like, they're not like top 10. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but teams that like don't have like a top 10 defense, the 49ers and Shanahan, they'll just eat them alive, dude. They really will. I think there's something to that. Like, I'm not saying that they're going to be bad next year, but I do find that interesting. I know there's been struggling with injury. Obviously, Ayuk is gone, right? Ricky Pearsall's been in and out. Not Greg Jennings. Jawan Jennings has been hurt. George Kittle, not having George Kittle in this game is huge. It's absolutely massive for San Francisco. But I look at this offensive line, and this is something that I've seen their fans, they've talked about it with, like, you know, Lynch and Shanahan just not taken seriously. And you look at this game, and just with the way the NFC West is now, and some of the pass rushers that are in the NFC West, if you're San Francisco and you want to be serious, I understand you're trying to get obviously more young on your roster, but you have to make this offensive line decent, man. I know they've had decent games, but just think of the possibility if you were to make this offensive line a top 10 offensive line in the running game and the passing game. Just think of the possibilities, dude. Think of how good Shanahan's offense would be with the top 10 offense that we're talking about every single year. They're probably beating Kansas City. I'm telling you that right now. In the last Super Bowl, they played Kansas City with a good offensive line, Brock Purdy in that offense. They're going out and performing better than they would have if they just built more around the offensive line. I have no idea why Shanahan and Lynch don't prioritize that, but it drives me nuts. In games like this, against Seattle defense like this type of shit that will catch up to you, dude. Like, good defenses in the playoffs are so hard to stop when they can just pin their ears back and go after your quarterback, and your offensive line only has one or two good offensive linemen. It's just not ideal. So, yeah, man, for San Francisco, they lose this game. Obviously, they're going to have a long offseason. They got stuff to work on, you know, get people healthy, figure it out. The one thing with them, though, is that Robert Saleh is probably going to be leaving. If I were to guess, Robert Saleh is going to be leaving. So I'm like, if you lose Robert Saleh, like we saw with your last two coordinators, like it didn't work out good. So hopefully you bring in like a Raheem Morris, and you just hope that it's like a D'Amico/Saleh defense, because, you know, for the longest time under Shanahan, they've had some pretty damn good defensive coordinators. And for all the talk about Shanahan and his offensive scheme, guru this, guru that, they've had some good defenses, man. And I feel like if they don't get back to having a good defense like that, and I understand they've been incredibly injured, that has also played a factor, a major factor, right? I'm not going to sit here and act like it hasn't, but they need to get back to being a defense that, you know, complements the offense. That's how Shanahan wins. That's how San Francisco wins. So I need to see them get back to that, man. Yeah, I don't know. And then on the other side, Seattle, man, you know, you win this game. You win this game the way you did. Your defense is looking scary. You guys are going to host the NFC Championship game in Seattle. It's going to be incredibly hard for the Rams, the in-division team, or the Chicago Bears. They're both going to be on the road. The path is there for Seattle. It's just for them to take, like, right? Like, it's for you to lose. It's for you to lose. For you to lose, for you to take. What the fuck? I'm getting my ass confused. But it's there for them. Like, I see a real path for them going to the Super Bowl. And if you were to say that Sam Darnold, that Mike McDonald would bring on Clint Kubiak, bring on Sam Darnold, and they would be hosting the NFC Championship game at the first of the year, I bet a lot of people would say you were crazy. And a lot of people were talking shit on Sam Darnold going into this year. I remember. I wasn't one of them, because I was like, dude, just because it ended bad in the playoffs, I've seen many great quarterbacks play like shit in the playoffs. So now I'm just going to blame Sam Darnold, who just barely came on the come up with Kevin O'Connell. No. I'm going to give this dude an opportunity. And sure, this year there's been some ups and downs on offense. You got to remember that Clint Kubiak is its first year there, and it's Sam Darnold's first year there, and they're in the damn NFC Championship game. It's not easy. That's not easy. So I think Sam Darnold's kind of shut up some people, man, especially going into this game with an oblique. I heard on Greenlight Pod, I heard freaking Bo Allen talking about it, and like, I'm sure that Sam Darnold was in some pain tonight. So for him to gut that out and just go out there and do it, they said he hadn't been passing. Insane, dude. Like, this roster that they built with Seattle, I'm so impressed. I really am. Like, so many people slept on them going into the season. And another thing. Raheem Shaheed, like, holy shit, dude. That kickoff, I was so excited when they signed Raheem Shaheed, and I just don't even feel like they've really unlocked him, like, in the playoffs, or even since they've got him on offense. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but there was one throw that Sam Darnold, like, he missed Raheem Shaheed, and it was on like a slant, and I'm like, dude, if that was a more accurate pass by Sam right there, I bet you Raheem Shaheed's taking that for a massive gain, if not breaking a tackle or two and taking it for 6, because that's the type of big play potential you're getting with him. So, dude, Seattle walking away from this game, I feel like they overachieved. I do. I feel like Seattle overachieved in a massive way. I really do. Like, talk shit on them all you want. What shit is there to talk? Dude, NFC West, #1, hosting in the NFC. It's going to be really hard for the Rams and the Bears to go into that type of environment. I'm telling you that right now. And you just better hope that in that environment in Seattle game, it's not raining too. Now the Bears, they're going to be they're accustomed to playing in cold weather more than the Rams, because the Rams are a dome team. And sometimes with quarterbacks, you hear stats like, oh, the weather affects. I feel like it affects quarterbacks, but up to a T. Like, Matthew Stafford's kind of been there, done that. But Yeah, man, with the 12s and that place rocking and everything. Dude, Mike, he's done a hell of a job, and I'm overly impressed. And now we're looking at another powerhouse team in the NFC. So now you're looking at the NFC West, and it's like Seattle, the Rams. I'm sure San Francisco will be better next year. Well, maybe. That's a hard division. I'm sure San Francisco's going to be good next year, but we'll see how the defensive side works out. But I walk away from this game, and I'm just like, holy shit, man. Holy shit. So just blown away. 41-6. Straight up blowout. All right, let's talk about a couple other things. So I saw that Kevin Stefanski got hired on. It looks like he's going to be the Falcons head coach. I think it's a great hire. I do. I kind of think Kevin Stefanski is a little bit overrated. I mean, he didn't have a good record with the Browns. Some people will sit and argue with you. They'll be like, oh, well, it's the Browns. You can't blame him, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. And I'm like, he deserves some blame, man. Like, come on. I know a lot of people have a lot of respect and praise Kevin Stefanski. I think he's solid. I just don't view him like how the media kind of like paints him like he's good. I'm like, this is a good hire for the Atlanta Falcons. Kind of got some question marks at the quarterback position, but they got pieces. They got pieces on that team on offense and defense. And any type of head coach that's going to take over for the Atlanta Falcons, I would love an offensive coach, especially with that demon they have back there in the backfield, Bijan Robinson. So, solid hire for the Falcons. We'll see how his coaching staff kind of works out. And yeah, not a bad hire, man. And then the Nix injury. Holy shit. I made a video on it, but man, I got a couple of friends that are Broncos fans. Just insane. Absolutely insane. Some people are saying it happened on the nil. Other people are saying it happened on the design run on the left. I don't know which one it happened on. I'm going to have to look on X again. But that sucks, dude. That sucks. And, you know, I'm not saying that the Denver Broncos are, like, out of it. They don't have a chance with Stidham. But going up against New England, better yet, going up against Houston, if Houston ends up being in, that defense, it's really hard for me to imagine a scenario where they pull off a W in a game like that. It's just kind of crazy to me. And the Denver Broncos, their defense is one of the best. I don't think they played their best game against the Buffalo Bills, but they can still really give some opposing offenses problems. But just gut-wrenching, man. I mean, let's talk about going from a high to a low. You guys just won the divisional round. You're going to be hosting the AFC Championship game. Everybody's happy. And then you see the news that your quarterback is not even going to be playing. Just tough. I feel bad for Bo Nix. Feel bad for the team. Feel bad for their fans. I just know, me being a fan of a team, like, if that were me in that situation, that would just crush me. So I feel so bad for everybody involved in that, because that's just a shitty situation. And Bo Nix in the second half of the season really has started to come on, and I thought that he played exceptional in that game. Even with the one turnover, like, he still played a damn good game. He played better than Josh Allen, in my opinion. So, yeah, man, I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think down in the comments about all this. Be sure to drop a like. Be sure to subscribe to your boy. Yeah, man. I'm gonna go watch some anime. All right. Appreciate you watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.